We're going to start our demo from the iPhone. These are the available sites in Alfresco to choose from. We're going to choose Air Force Demo, our 3 folders. Going to put this image in the collaboration drop zone. From here, we'll hit the plus sign. And of course, we're going to be taking a picture. So we'll hit take photo or video. Forgive me here for a minute. Line it up. Here's my picture. I'm going to line up my picture. Of course, select my picture. And I want to use this particular photo. And of course, I'll name it. In this case, I'll just call it Process Overview. And of course, this could be any photo as appropriately needed. And then, of course, I'll hit Upload when I'm done naming it. Now, while it's uploading, of course, it's not just uploading the image and that name we gave it, but also all the photo information and location information. So here's my image, and I'll click on that. There's a preview of the image. And then, of course, the metadata around that image, including the photo information as well as the geo information. Obviously, version 1, just uploaded it. And, of course, a satellite picture that shows where the picture was taken. Here we are in Alfresco Share. Now I've logged in as a demo user, so I'm at the demo user dashboard. And the dashboard is where you can see what you've done and what's going on. So in other words, my activities, things I've done recently, my recent documents, okay, sites I'm able to into, Alfresco sites I'm able to get into, and any workflow tasks that might exist. Now, process overview, that's that image we took, the picture we took earlier with our iPhone and put into Alfresco. Let me click on that. And here's that exciting image that we uploaded. Now right here, we're going to edit some metadata. Now, really quick, here's the existing properties, those ones we touched on, I showed you earlier from the iPhone. Obviously, they carried over. I'll hit Edit Properties. And the key properties we're going to enter for this particular demo are the ones wrapped around records management. So we'll scroll down. And here we are. So we'll enter our business unit. 827. We're going to enter our account code. And we'll enter our record series code. And then we'll hit save. Now again, this is in our collaboration space right now, because right now we're in our collaboration space, so nothing's going to be declared a record as of yet. That'll happen once we move it to our appropriate folder on the records management side. So what I'd like to do now is to go along with this image, I'm going to need to get a Word document together that explains what this is. Here we are in Microsoft Word to create that Word document. And as you can see, I'm presented with a blank document. So in this case, we're just going to create a basic Word document. Not a very exciting Word document, but a Word document nonetheless. So now let's save this into Alfresco. File, Save to Alfresco. And of course, a couple of different ways to get to where we need to get to. We can simply browse to a particular folder, or we can go to our favorite sites or favorite folders, or do a search if we want as well. So if I were to go off and in the folder piece, enter my search criteria, it takes me straight to the collaboration drop zone. Okay, and that's where we put those pictures earlier. So I've got my exciting document. From a metadata or properties perspective, this happens to be a records content piece. Now this can be set by default based on the folder it's in, or we can give people the option to choose what kind of document it is to drive metadata. So again, it can be set automatically by virtue of the folder it's going into, or give the user the ability to select what type of document it is or content type. So I've got my review document here. And I can add other information. I'll add the business unit here. And I'll, of course, add the record series code. And if I want, I can add a comment. These are comments, Alfresco comments, if you will, comment objects. You can have comments on documents, folders, or what have you. In this example, of course, I'm adding a comment to this particular document. And I'll hit save. And we've now saved that document into the repository. As you can see, you can live in your Office documents Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and be able to open and close those documents. So we created our document in Word, and now perhaps we want to share it. One option, of course, is email. Now, you're looking now at Microsoft Outlook, your inbox, preview pane. On the right, you have the Alfresco Outlook client. Basically, this is a view into Alfresco. So here's our Air Force demo site, and we go into the collaboration drop zone, and here's that document we worked on. So let's say we want to send this out to somebody. Couple of different options. We could email it as an attachment. That's a lot of times done when we're sending it to somebody in the outside world, somebody doesn't have access to Alfresco. Or you could email it as a link. That means you're sending it to somebody who has access to the repository. So therefore the document isn't in your email system, it's simply a link. Now, for purposes of this demo, I'm going to send it as an attachment. So I'll click Email as Attachment. Creates the email with the physical file attached. I'm going to send it to myself. And I'll hit Send. And it's that easy to send the document out of Alfresco to somebody. And here it is right here on my system. So the email comes in, got a couple of options at this point in time. I can either grab just the attachment, or I can actually grab the entire email and drag it right in. So here I can put a title on it. And if I want, I can also put metadata on the attachment or attachments differently. So this is the out-of-the-box metadata configured. You could have your custom metadata appear here as well, just like you saw in the other solutions. I will click Next. I can put my attachment information here. And I'll hit Save. So now it goes off and it saved that email and the attachment right inside the repository. So I'm able to get that email and attachment dragged and dropped right into the repository. I can also from here, if I want, edit a document. So like you saw me earlier, if I go to the document, this is the original one we built together, okay, and I right click and I hit Edit Online, up pops the document. So here's that exciting document, and I can make any new changes. Save to Alfresco. And there's that same information we saw before. I've got my original comment there. I can add another comment. And just hit Add. And then this time, when I hit Save, I can version the document. And I'll just hit OK. And I save that document into the repository. Here we are back in Alfresco Share, and of course this is the folder we've been working with, the collaboration drop zone. We've got our original document and so forth. Now the idea is, of course, at some point we want to declare these as records. A lot of different ways to do that. In this example, we're going to select the documents in question, these three right here, and we're going to move them to a particular location. And we'll move them to the records drop zone. Click here, and we'll move them. So we moved the three documents into the records drop zone, and of course there is a rule on this folder that assuming you have the appropriate metadata, of course that was our business unit account code and record services code, it would automatically declare it a record. So here's that image we did, and of course it's been declared as a record, as well as the review doc, which was that email piece, and of course the document we built together, the My Review document. So if I go into the records management site, and I go into my file plan, so we go into our business unit, 827, 01-001, and of course 167, we see the document we created, the attachment, and of course the original review document that we built. Now, if you recall, we started our demo from the iPhone, so I thought it appropriate to end the demo from the iPhone. So here we are looking at our sites. We'll go to our Air Force demo site. Remember, we started putting documents in the collaboration drop zone, but now, as we said, they moved to the records drop zone. Here are the documents we talked about. Remember our review document right here. I can go off and read the document if I like, review the metadata and so forth, or that image we originally took and stored into the repository. Here's the metadata for it, as well as, of course, the actual image itself. You want to zoom in and look at our image, as well as, of course, the geo information.